Hi folks, Harrison here, Harrison Specialties, and here we've got a 2013 Toro Z-Master with a 60-inch Turbo Force deck on it. This is the 5000 series, and I developed a turf striper for it. I want to show how to mount that. You can see I've got one of the brackets assembled over on this side and mounted on the machine already. So this is the bearing bracket here, holds the bearing. And then we got a mounting block here that bolts to the pre-drilled holes on the machine. I put that one on already. And I'll come over here, and here's the bearing bracket and mounting block already assembled. You can see we're using a flat washer and a lock washer under this first bolt here, because that's over the slot for adjusting. And then here we're just using the lock washer under the bolt. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on and show you how to mount this. Hoping I can just put this camera down here somewhere. Show you how we do this. Just try setting it there. Let's see. The trick on this guy is to mount that one over there first, and then just go ahead and put this guy in there. These are the two guys. I'll get it here. Find the bearing and maybe find the bearing. Come on now. It wasn't that hard when I did it before. There it goes. Just a matter of getting it at the right angle. Now these bearings, you might notice that I stuck it in there at a big angle and then turned it. That's because these are domed bearings, and the outer race of the bearing is domed so that it can swivel inside the flange, and that's the secret to how it aligns itself. So you kind of see me do that there. Okay, so we got that guy in there. Now the easiest way to do this, just slip this on here, and then actually I shouldn't have tightened the bearings that are holding or the bolts that are holding the bearing on. That makes it even easier if those are loose. But anyway, they're already tight, and I'm going to go ahead and hopefully stick these bolts in here. Yep. Yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Got that one started already. And we'll find this other one. There it is. So, hoping that this is getting on the video good. This is pretty easy to install, really. It sounds like a big chime when I'm banging the wrench on that roller. That's the sound of the bearings aligning themselves. Actually, they just, as you tighten it, those bearings will swivel or pivot, whatever, inside the flange and find their own home. So they're kind of neat how they're self-aligning like that. There, get them nice and tight. And so there we got Got her in there, and it rolls nice. So now all we got to do is get it evened up. And you'll see we got, you know, about 3/4 of an inch of the shaft sticking through on that side. So run over to this side. By George, it's about the same. Looks pretty good. So we got her centered up in there. Now it's a matter of putting the eccentric locking collar on. Okay, in this video we wanted to show exactly how to put on these eccentric locking collars. There seems to be some confusion about that, so I thought I'd make a real clear video, hope it'll be clear anyway, on how to do this. So you can see we've got a turf striper roller with the bearing mounted on it already. And this collar, it's cupped on one side and smooth on the other side. Now this cup part matches the outer race of the bearing, and these two circles are eccentric, so they're going to lock together. So what we'll do is we'll slide this on here, and you can see it doesn't want to go on there, so I'm going to turn it. Now all of a sudden it clipped on there. So that's the position that it goes, but it still has slop in it, so we have to get this take the slop out in the right direction. That's always what the issue is. And the way to figure out how to do that is when this is mounted on your machine and you're going to go that direction, the roller will be turning this way. So what you do is you determine which way the roller is going to turn, and then you turn the collar the same way until it locks. There, now I can't rotate it anymore. So now the shaft is locked to the inner race of the bearing through this eccentric collar. The other part that's so important about this is you notice that there's a blind hole right there, and there's a set screw right there. The blind hole is actually used for setting the locking collar, or actually locking it to the bearing. And the way that that's done is you use a small punch like this, and you put this punch in this hole, and you want to drive this locking collar around the shaft. You're not pounding it down this way, but you're going this way, so you're actually driving it around the shaft. And then you just hit it with a hammer. Whoops, and it's a good idea to hold on to the punch so it doesn't go flying. Let me try that again. So you see the angle there. You give it a smack or two like that, and that locks it to the shaft. Then you tighten the set screw down. The set screw should never be counted on to hold this collar onto this shaft. It's all about how you set it with the punch. So again, it's the roller is going to turn this way when it's being used, and to set this, you turn it this way. Whoop, you turn this way. And you also rotate the collar that same direction until it's tight. See, I can loosen it up by going back this way. So you tighten her up that way, give it a smack or two with your punch, and then tighten the lock nut down. So, or the set screw, I mean. So hopefully that clears that up. Then after you lock it to the shaft, you rotate this around and use your Allen wrench to tighten that Allen screw up. And then you do the same thing on the other side, and then that roller is locked to the bearing on both sides. And that's all there is to this. You can see here, by the way, that I've got this, move my light here. I've got this in this middle adjustment hole, and that's the right setting for if you're going to mow at 3 inches. So if you're going to mow at 3.5, it may give you a decent stripe there, but you could drop it down one more too. And then of course if you're mowing at 2.5 or so, you can raise it up a notch. So that's pretty much the install on this. And it's just a matter of tightening up all the bolts really good, and put the wheels back on, take her out for a spin. Hope that helps. Thank you.